From Treaty Peoples to Treaty Nation by Poelzer and Coates, published by UBC Press.
The statistics and politics of poverty engulf all discussion of Indigenous peoples in Canada. One cannot help but be touched by the stories of epidemic suicide, entrenched unemployment, cultural loss, and social distress. When Aboriginal leaders ask, often with anger, will Canada wake up to the developing world conditions in its own backyard? When will the country finally take steps toward real and sustainable improvements? Why is Canada doing so poorly toward its Indigenous populations? Why is the poverty getting worse in many areas? Why are things not changing? Why is the country not alert to the possibilities and the opportunities? How can we possibly keep doing the same thing over and over again, which is, according to Albert Einstein, the definition of idiocy? Government is more of a problem than a solution in Canada. If you look back in the residential schools, who did that? Government of Canada. Reserves, Indian Act, who did that? Government of Canada. Stripping Aboriginal people the right to vote, Government of Canada. And that makes no sense to turn around and say, let's have more government programs. Government programs have been the single greatest dysfunction in Aboriginal lives. So the question was, what practical things, what small things, what big things, what political things, what economic things could we do on a systematic basis starting now that would actually change the reality for Indigenous peoples in Canada? So that was a conversation we started 25 years ago. We've actually been working on this book for 20 years. Thinking through, debating it, watching the country change, listening to Aboriginal people, talking to leaders, talking to communities, trying to find out what they thought would make Canada work for them the way it works for other Canadians. This country it is such a great country. It's one of the greatest countries in the world. We have some of the best public policy environments and debates and processes anywhere on this planet. We do extremely, extremely well. With this massive failing, we have to take everything we know and all the energy and passion and enthusiasm and optimism we can possibly find and use that to create an opportunity for Aboriginal people to share fully and honorably and with enthusiasm and with passion and with support for their cultures and determination to share a positive future. We absolutely have to do that. And how do you do that? Well, public policy is the instrument. Public policy is how you change what we've done in the past and create a foundation for doing something else. So this book was basically our declaration that Canada must be better, and more importantly, that Canada can be better, and most importantly, that Canada will be better.
From Treaty Peoples to Treaty Nation, a roadmap for all Canadians.